Today we are gathered at the Lower TCV School. So this is the 19th General Body Meeting of Tibetan Youth Congress. As per the TYC Charter, this is one of the apex or the highest decision-making body, so gathering assembled here. So as per the TYC rule, we already share the agenda with our concerned regional chapters 2 months prior to this meeting. So we have number of agenda. In total, we have 8 different agenda with the 2 sub units. In total, we have 11 agenda to discuss. This meeting will discuss and deliberate in all the frame kind of agenda, and we are very much hopeful. So this time we have a good number of participants from more than 45 regional chapters. So we are very much hopeful. So there will be some kind of positive input or suggestion from our concerned regional chapters, and this is the main duty of the Central Executive Committee to implement what kind of resolution that is adopted during this meeting.
For Tibetan Youth Congress, this 19th General Body Meeting, it's a symbol of the resilience of the Tibetan independence movement. This is one only and most powerful organization standing for the independence of Tibet. So the enduring resilience of the Tibetan independence movement is marked by this. The fact that after all these years, we still have young people joining the movement. I remember I joined when I was in school, 1990. I've been continuously serving as a member and sometimes even participating in the executive body meetings also. So here is a new body that keeps coming, giving the leadership, but because of the democratic process, we also have new leadership coming in, taking the lead, and Tibetan Youth Congress has provided the most important leadership to the Tibetan community, both in activism and later trained from this platform, provided some of the biggest leadership in the Tibetan community, starting from Professor Samdar Rinpoche, Gary Lodre Gyaltsen, Tenzin Namgyal Trungpa, Gary Domala, and a lot of others. And this is still continuing. This is one organization which not only provides leadership but intellectual churning for the changing scenario and yet steadfastly standing for the independence of Tibet. It has also provided a great sense of unity within the community. This is non-sectarian, this is non-regionalist, there is no gender bias in here. This has provided truly the leadership the movement needed. So therefore, even after almost about more than 50 years of service in the movement, Tibetan Youth Congress is the most relevant, most vibrant and most forward-looking organization among all others.
So this year is a very special meeting because this year is the time where we elect the new representative of TYC. So it's a very important event because we have to make sure that we choose the correct candidates for every position, be it president, vice president, general secretary, cashier. And one thing I feel is that, we should make sure about the qualification. It's very important. Some people are through political science. That fits the description for them. As for the cashier, person from a financial CA or this kind of background should be there because then they know about the accounts and everything. So it's very important to select the right people, and this year meeting is all about us looking for the best candidate to select as the president because they represent us and they represent the Tibet in international conventions and all. They have to talk about them.
For me, I see 2 main things. One thing is, of course, Tibetan freedom struggle. I think at this moment is a very kind of juncture, very critical juncture. For that, we need more youths coming up and take the responsibility. So I think this 19th Tibetan Youth Congress General Body Meeting will be a kind of a big statement for the youths coming up and taking the responsibility. So I'm hoping to see more kind of that in the Tibetan movement, not only kind of just shouting activism, but also having kind of more academic driven kind of research based and then well executed. I'm hoping to see more that kind of resolution in the upcoming years, because we have to look to what the Chinese are trying to do in the trying to to completely erase the whole Tibetan that race. So we have to take more responsibility, and then youths are the hope for that. And then another thing is, of course, this is the new TYC leaderships are coming up. So I hope everybody will take the what should we say, especially youth will take the opportunity and then come up to take the responsibility, and then there will be kind of the qualitative kind of the team in the TYC Centrex. So I'm hoping to see these two resolutions from this general meeting.
TYC is the largest and the oldest non-government organization in exile Tibetan community. Meanwhile, one of our core objectives is the restoration of complete independence of Tibet. So TYC for last 55 years, with the grace of His Holiness the Dalai Lama, with the support and the solidarity that we received from the Central Tibetan Administration and all the Tibetan people in exile, moreover, with the hope and aspiration of the Tibetan people inside. So TYC will be strong enough. We will continue to carry out all our activities.
I think TYC has done a great job up until today, but I still think much more things are needed. There is a new breed of leadership whose new education and their compliance and expertise in technology can bring in new fresh breath of life into the movement. And then our youth, not only here in India, but our membership in Europe and America, they are also not only joining the lobbying, but also keeping the activism alive. Activism over all these 50 years has changed so much. I remember when we were in school, there used to be brazen in the street kind of a protest. Now it's technology. Now it's using so many different art forms with which we are campaigning, spreading awareness, and not only leading the movement from within, but giving a larger expression to it in the international arena.
In my personal opinion, TYC has been the most, what I feel is that they're everywhere basically, in every settlement, be it in India or be it international, even SFT, and everybody is there. So these organizations play a very vital role, because they are the one who make, be it a cycle rally or 10th March, third. So these important protests, really, I'm sure people think that we're in India, these protests don't work, but actually it's not about that. It's basically about being present and being the news media they cover it, and they still see that Tibetans have not lost hope. So these TYC and the other organizations are the one who make sure that people around the world, they still remember the Tibet people. Because if these organizations are not there and we still go on living as our life, people are just gonna mix up with this thing. They will forget the identity of they will forget that there was a map there called Tibet. There's a structure.
TYC is one of the biggest that Tibetan non-government organization, and also this is a wonderful independent group. So this shows what kind of that percentage of the voice are having in exile, and this shows, in my opinion, because for me, one is my one kind of identity is exile Tibetan freedom struggle. Another thing is my professional. I'm that China's researcher, so I used to kind of very closely watch what the Tibetans insiders are looking for. So I think we are carrying very much voice of the Tibetans inside Tibet.
I want to thank all our regional members, those who elected us as the 17 and 18 executive committee member, those who believe in us, and those who have supported us during all our 2 terms for last 6 years. And for the upcoming leadership, so there are a number of activities that we still have to look forward. So there are a number of opportunity and arena that we still have to discover. So I'm very much optimistic that the new elected leadership will be carry out, will continue to carry all the activity that is framed, and they will implement all the resolution that we are going to adopt it in next 1 week.